Bobby from Denver, the Mile High City of Dreams. That's what Bobby writes. I don't know about that. I never heard about the dreams part. Hi there. Thanks for reading. I'm still a weekly listener after almost a year come June. What's funny about your podcast is sometimes I'll see a title to a podcast and think, I don't know if I need to hear that one. And inevitably, I will end up listening and learning something. What I love about the conversational tone of the potty. That's Australia speak for podcast.
Or
potty.
Denver speak.
I thought that when you add a Y at the end of something, I thought that was like the way Australians did it. Potty, Okay. What I love about the conversation tone of the podcast is that it allows you to have these conversations in your head while you listen, which helps me process them. Well, thank you, Bobby. Appreciate your continued listening of the show. So here's this question, Jason. I have an episode request. I feel like you frequently brush on account optimization concepts and high-level stuff, but I would love to have a dedicated episode that covers when to make changes, whether it's a statistical significance to make that change, or when a keyword gets its own ad group or whatever, when to make that change and how to make that change. Jason?
Chris?
What do you think? You want to do that episode? Seems like a tough one.
Well,
the answer to this could just be no. Next question. I guess we could just...
There's a lot of things I think about things, Chris, and do things in the different areas of my professional life that just people don't like the way I do things sometimes, like talking about outside of Google Ads things, more in another field that I work in. Sometimes, because a lot of what I do is I take in a ton of information. Yeah. I build up my skills as a practitioner, like in Google Ads, and then also a human being trying to become wiser, more balanced, and all that kind of stuff. And then everything kind of stews inside of me. And then the way my personality and DNA is set up, I go based on a lot of feel things. And those feel things can always probably be represented more in number things at a certain level. But I go with the way I'm made, which is a feel thing. And so, no, to answer this question about Google Ads, I don't have statistical stuff I go after. People work differently. A lot of people don't like when you don't adhere to their numbers or whatever, but I don't. So it's a gut feel. We can kind of expand on that as we talk about this. But Chris, where are you on that spectrum? Is it you look at numbers and you make decisions without thinking, or do you feel things and then think about what you feel and then make decisions?
Yeah. Bobby, I'll tell you, not very helpful, but absolutely gut feel. It's the kind of thing that you learn to see, learn to feel, get the feeling for something and say, yep, that needs to change. I have never pulled out a calculator to determine whether I need to change something or not. Nope, does not happen.
Yeah, and there's just so many factors that we're dealing with now with Google Ads, the search term, the user, the things we know about Google, the things we don't know about Google, but we think about Google, and the way it's all kind of coming together. And maybe I have 3 clicks, and even I have a conversion from those 3 clicks on a search term.
That's
but maybe
to go with.
Yeah, but maybe I add it as a negative because my gut feel tells me that search is not what we're wanting. There's so many situational dependent things inside of Google Ads that I'm all about feel and experience. And with that said, Chris, sometimes we do see numbers. Like sometimes you are doing perfect conversion tracking and you've closed the loop and you see all the different ways you can get leads from an account or an advertiser. And maybe you have a gut feel that it's an amazing search term, but at some point you got to go with the numbers at some point, because at some point, if you are tracking everything and you're not getting anything, maybe you shouldn't be targeting what you're targeting. But other than that situation, a lot of it is just basically, it sounds bad to say, but I guess gut feel sounds bad, but experience-based decision-making sounds good. So we can call it that. And that's pretty much 100% of what I do.
That's I like that. Experience-based decision-making. That's a great way to say it. I totally agree.